Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Macabre, and welcome back to my movie library. Um, as far as I'm concerned, it's always a good day when you can get a George Romero movie on 4K. And today, thanks to Scream Factory, we have Monkey Shines, George Romero's classic 80s terror film. Man, I love this movie. I was watching again here, like looking at the 4K scan and everything else, and remembering like how many times I watched this movie as a kid. I watched this thing over and over again, and yeah, I never lost my love for it. Excuse me, but yeah, I had the Scream Factory Blu-ray from years ago. I know that Umbrella put out like a deluxe like Blu-ray of this a while back. I never picked that up. But anyway, thanks to good old Scream Factory, now we got it on 4K. Once there was a man whose prison was a chair. The man had a monkey, and they made the strangest pair. The monkey ruled the man, it climbed inside his head, and now as fate would have it, one of them is dead. Monkey Shades. An experiment in fear. It's there, I mean, he's barely read it, but it does say it. Yeah, that was always kind of like the subtitle for the movie was An Experiment in Fear. This is such a good movie, and wow. I would say right off the bat, as far as the picture quality goes, yeah, I'm willing to bet that this is probably the best this movie has ever looked. The transfer on here is beautiful. There is a fine level of grain throughout the whole film. It's very clean, but it's not like polished or anything like that. It's not like it's not like they did any kind of like DNR or any of that kind of stuff to clean up the picture. No, it looks beautiful. That being said, I would be willing to bet that, yeah, chances are if you took this, like I said, I don't have the Umbrella Blu-ray. I had the old Scream Factory Blu-ray from years ago. But I'd be willing to bet you that probably that Umbrella Blu-ray is probably a 4K scan. And I'd be willing to bet you if you compare those two, it probably looks very similar. So I would be willing to say if you have that nice like chunky box set that, you know, that they put out on Blu-ray, if you have that, you probably really don't need this. I'm willing to bet you compare the two of them, they probably look almost identical. So if there would be any differences, it would be very, very small. But like I said, I don't have that. But as far as upgrading from the old Scream Factory Blu-ray, yeah, this is the stuff. And here you go. Plus, yeah, it's like I don't think that the old Blu-ray ever came with a slipcover, so that's a bonus. You get a slipcover with this. The original poster art. Yeah, it's got the straight razor. I believe originally it was supposed to have like the symbols, but I think they took that off of there because Stephen King's book Skeleton Crew had the monkey with the symbols on the cover. So I think they changed that either to. I can't imagine King would want to sue Romero, but I imagine probably it's like yeah, they probably changed it because they figure if they had the symbols on there, then it would probably people would get the wrong idea. But anyway, funny enough, it's like we got this now. We got Stephen King, or we got the Stephen King movie The Monkey coming out on 4K here pretty soon. Can't wait to see that. I've heard many good things. But anyway, so here you go. There's the front of it, and there's the back. Always really liked this movie. Is it weird that even though he's the character of Jeffrey, the character of Jeffrey played by John Pankow, even though he's the guy who injects the monkey with the brain serum and everything, and ends up kind of causing the whole thing. Is it weird that in the movie he's kind of my favorite character? That I don't know. I like the characters in the movie, but he kind of stands out as my favorite. But anyway, so yeah, really, really nice. There you go. Unfortunately, not much of a difference on the cover there. Yeah, it's almost about the same thing. You do get one new bonus feature on here anyway. So let's see here. On the 4K, you got 4K restoration from the original negative presented in Dolby Vision. Audio commentary with writer-director George Romero, and a new audio commentary with film critic Eric Vesk and Arthur Daniel. Sorry, it's kind of hard to read. The lighting here is not the best. But Now you get the same things on the Blu-ray. You also get an Experiment in Fear, The Making of Monkey Shines, alternate ending, deleted scenes, behind the scenes featurette, The Making of Monkey Shines, vintage interviews, theatrical trailers, TV spot, and still gallery. So yeah, so you get some good stuff on here. You know, it's nice that you get at least one new bonus feature. So then no reversible artwork. But, you know, because going back to what I was saying a minute ago about the monkey with the symbols, you notice, look at the Blu-ray, the monkey with the symbols. But then on the 4K, you got the monkey with the straight razor with the blood on it. So yeah, pretty simple, but, you know, simple but elegant. Yeah, just one thing I will say is this: Scream Factory pretty much does this with all of their 4K releases. You know, if you have a, you know, you got a good sound bar or you got a good, you know, speaker surround system, you're okay. It's just, you know, usually it's the, you know, it's the 5 point, was it the 2.0 and the 5.1 audio? It's like, yeah, if you're watching with just a regular speaker on your TV, it's kind of a pain in the butt because, you know, you have to kind of keep turning it up so you can hear the volume. So yeah, I actually had to have this kind of turned up quite a bit so I could hear it. But yeah, just wow, you know, just I noticed, you know, some of the detail I noticed. I mean, this isn't a big spectacle film. It's not fantasy or sci-fi or any of that kind of stuff. It's a very grounded in reality film. You know, but some of the details I did notice. I noticed, you know, the production design looked really good in the 4K scan. You know, especially like Alan's house. You know, the kind of comfortable but lived-in look of his house, and you know, also too, you know, kind of the dirty, kind of crazy, you know, like mad scientist almost look of Jeffrey's lab and stuff like that. You know, yeah, the detail on the monkey Ella, like wow. I mean, it's like it's almost so real you can almost reach out and touch her. You know what I mean? And that's another thing too. I think is, you know, if I can just talk about the movie itself for a couple of minutes, you know, I think this movie like was such a great thing when it came out. You know, I mean, the fact that, you know, they trained these real monkeys to do this stuff. I think there may have been a couple of like fake, obviously like the fake monkey at the end of the movie was created by Tom Savini, and you know, Tom Savini did a couple of effects for the movie. And but that being said, this isn't a gore. You know, if you've never seen the movie, it's not a gore fest or anything like that. It's not blood and guts spraying all over the place or anything like that. You know, it's this movie is much more of a character film. The movie is more grounded in reality. It's more of a suspense thriller. It's more about building tension, creating suspense, and things like that. And Romero just made a really great film. And you know, even now, you know, I'm even super impressed with the work they did with just, you know, having the monkeys being trained to do a lot of this stuff. Like nowadays, they would do the whole, you know, they wouldn't even bother with that now. Nowadays, they would just do the monkey and all the effects and CGI and everything else, you know. So kind of like it does make you appreciate the work and effort that goes into making some of these old movies. But yeah, I'm just, like I said, I am so happy. You know, I want to get as many George Romero movies on 4K as I can. George Romero is one of my absolute favorite movie directors. You know, just if anything has come out on 4K, you know, if I don't have it and I want it, I'm going to get it. You know, I'm going to do my best to get it. So yeah, to have Monkey Shines on 4K, you know, I'm so happy about that. When this first got announced, I thought that what was going to happen was they were going to do the Dark Half as well, but now Vinegar Syndrome did that one, which I already have that pre-ordered. So yeah, Dark Half, great movie, but still, like I said, yeah, I think if you have the old Scream Factory Blu-ray, this is definitely an upgrade for that. You know, the picture quality does look, you know, a lot better. Very beautiful transfer on it. But like I said, I think if you got the Umbrella, I'm going to feel stupid if it turns out it was an Umbrella, but I think it's Umbrella. If you have the Umbrella Blu-ray, I'm willing to bet you that you could probably just stick with that and you'd be fine. That you don't really need this. But unless, you know, I did read off the bonus features, maybe some of those aren't on the Umbrella Blu-ray, who knows. But anyway, so yeah, I definitely can't recommend this movie enough. And now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, we got to protect this bad boy. There we go. Well, come on. Oh, you're gonna fight me now, aren't you? Figured that. Come on. There we go. Oh. Sorry about this. I'm not trying to waste your time. There we go. And there you have it. Nice, beautiful, protected, beautiful in simplicity. There you go. So anyway, so yeah, I would, if you're a George Romero fan, you want to get this movie on 4K, I would definitely recommend it. That being said, though, I mean, if you want to wait, you know, probably 6 months, maybe in a year's time, they'll probably turn around and put out a steelbook. So if you want to wait and see if you can get that, but yeah, I definitely recommend picking up Monkey Shines on 4K. Great George Romero film, and God, you know, just watching this, you know, I miss him so much. I miss the movies that he made, and you know, did so many great stories, you know, and you know, still, you know, a filmmaker and a storyteller, I don't think he nearly got the credit that he deserved, you know, and he, you know, he made quite a number of movies in his career, but I think, you know, he should have been bigger as a director. He should have been able to do more, have more opportunities afforded to him. I mean, for God's sake, you know, I mean, look at the zombie subgenre that we have today. You know, zombies eating people and stuff like that. Okay, not the fast zombies and stuff, but like the, you know, the slow lumbering zombies and all that kind of stuff. It's because of this man we got that. That was his brainchild. Well, him and John Russo, but he's, you know, part of the reason we have the zombie subgenre that we have today. You know, and not, you know, and not just that, but you know, he showed with this movie and other films, he showed he can make really, really great films. You know, really intelligent, well made, you know, well executed, well thought out films and stuff like that. And I miss that he's not here able to do that anymore. You know, he did make movies like Dawn of the Dead or Land of the Dead where they're kind of more like, excuse me, they're kind of more like action driven and stuff like that. Which I mean, that's all fine. You know, nothing wrong with that. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. So, but Monkey Shines on 4K. I would say, yeah, if you want it, and that's another beautiful thing. This is right now. This is going for $28.99 on Amazon. I am hoping that, you know, we're going to start seeing maybe probably not all of them, but I think we are going to start seeing a drop in some of the prices on Screen Factory's 4Ks, because normally this would have gone for like $32.99, and the fact that it's $28.99, you know, $4 cheaper. And it's like, you know, I really am hoping that that's something we are going to start seeing a bit more of, is, you know, some of the prices on these 4Ks going down and hopefully making them a bit more affordable to everybody. So, but, yeah. So, I mean, to me, definitely well worth it. Great movie. George Romero, one of my all-time favorite directors. So for me, it was definitely a no-brainer. It was definitely worth the upgrade, and I don't regret, you know, spending a penny on this. In my opinion, this definitely is an improvement over the old Scream Factory Blu-ray, but that's just me. So, and real quick before you go, if you don't mind, I'd like to show you a couple more 4Ks I picked up. Yeah, do a little bit of 4K catch up. This here, well, when I went to get this, I got this at my local record store, and I had a bunch of store credits saved up. So really, this cost me nothing. And another one that I picked up, I've been meaning to get around to, that also ended up costing me nothing. I figured, yeah, I'll go ahead. You know, this was one I was kind of really waiting on, but I figured, you know what? I got the store credit. Why not go ahead and pick it up? I got April Fool's Day on 4K. So yeah, this one, see, I still have the old Scream Factory Blu-ray here. And this one seems to have more bonus features on here. Audio commentary by film historian Howard S. Berger, Steve Mitchell, and Nathaniel Thompson. Horror with a Twist, parts 1 and 2. Interview with director Fred Walton. Well of Lies. Interview with actress Deborah Goodrich Royce. Looking Forward to Dessert. Interview with actor Clayton Romer. Bloody Unforgettable. Interview with composer Charles Bernstein. The Eyes of Deception. Interview with cinematographer Charlie Minsky. TV spots and theatrical trailer. So I do believe this has more bonus features on here. This one says just interviews with director Fred Walton, actors, Deborah Goodrich Royce and Clayton Romer. cinematographer Charles Minsky, and composer Charles Bernstein. Theatrical trailer and teaser and TV spots. So yeah, this definitely has more bonus features on here. So I'm glad to get that. I got to be honest, I don't know how good the picture quality is. I haven't checked it out yet. But there you go. No reversible artwork here. It's rare when Kino Lorber does reversible cover art on their Blu-rays and 4Ks. Here you got the movie itself on 4K, then you got the special features Blu-ray there. So, yeah, glad to finally get this bad boy upgraded to 4K. And the best part, thanks to all the store credit I saved up, it cost me nothing. So we're gonna see if we have a little bit better luck with this one. Yeah, that one is of course. Here we go. Sorry. There you go. And that one slips right in there. So yeah, I'm glad that I got that. If nothing else, even if it's not the greatest transfer in the world, personally, I'm glad I got it just to get the extra bonus features. So I'm happy about that. So nice to finally upgrade April Fool's Day from 4K to from Blu-ray to 4K. So happy about that. So now I can trade this bad boy in and get something else for it. This here, I was surprised I found this. I got this for a really, really good price. Kind of shocked me. Yeah, I got Stripes with Bill Murray on 4K. This, clearly, this is the Amaray case inside a slipcover. This clearly is from the Columbia box set. I guess somebody decided to sell theirs off. Either one of two things. Either they watched the movie and decided they didn't like it and thought they'd go ahead and get rid of it. Or somebody had the box set but decided to go ahead and upgrade to the 4K Steelbook and decided to go ahead and sell this off. So, but anyway, yeah. Got this for a great markdown price, so I'm happy about that. So, that's cool. I'm happy. Let's see. Stripes is an anarchic slob movie, a celebration of all that is irreverent, reckless, foolhardy, undisciplined, and occasionally scatological. It's a lot of fun. Which is true. It is a lot of fun. I know some people might be like, yo, you dipshit. You went and bought a goddamn comedy on 4K? You damn right I did. Okay? Yeah. You want to know why? Because I love this movie to death. I watched this movie so many times when I was a kid. I love the musical score. Bill Murray at the top of his game is in this movie. Two comedy legends that unfortunately are gone now: John Candy and Harold Ramis. Just like right after Halloween, PJ Souls is in here. Sean Young is in here. Pretty much an all-star cast. Judge Reinhold, John Larroquette, Warren Oates. And what can you say, man? This movie is so amazing. This movie is so funny, so good. I've watched it bunches of times as a kid. I was like, if I was ever, I remember saying to myself, if I was ever going to go in the military, man, I want to be like Bill Murray. I would want to be like him, some of the characters in here, John Candy's Dewey Oxburger, Ox, that was pretty funny. My name is Francis Sawyer, but everybody calls me Psycho. If any of you call me Francis, I'll kill you. Ooh. Sergeant Holka with the big toe is going to see how far he can stick it up your ass, But, man, this movie is so great. I've watched this movie, and to me, yeah, it was a good price on it, $14.99. It was a good price. For a movie I watched a bunch of times, and I still plan to watch even more times, to have this bad boy on 4K upgraded, it's like, I did think about for a minute or two if I was going to get the Steelbook, but you know what? This will do just fine. I prefer the slipcovers anyway, and yeah. So I don't give a shit if it's a comedy on 4K. It's a movie I love. It's a movie I enjoy. It's a movie is near and dear to my heart. Watch it plenty. Plan to watch it plenty more. So yeah. So anyways, those Stripes on 4K. And last but not least, pick this up for $6. The main reason I got it, I don't care for the remake, but I wanted it because it has the original movie on there. I got The Day the Earth Stood Still. Like I said, I don't really care for the Keanu Reeves remake. I got this because there's a Blu-ray of the original movie on there. And that's the main reason I wanted this. I still have to keep my DVD, though, because the DVD has bonus features where the Blu-ray is just bare bones. But I figured, you know what, it's only $6, and this will do till, you know, we get a better transfer, a Blu-ray of the original, or maybe like a 4K or something down the road. So at least it's nice to have the movie itself in high definition. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, there's this, there's this, there's this, and definitely there's this. So I would say, yeah, definitely a good day for movie buying for me. So that's it. So if anybody took the time to watch all of this, I thank you for doing it, and I appreciate you for doing it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please leave a like? And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And that's it. Thank you all for watching. Take care. Have a good night.